Hello everybody, welcome back to a very dusty Saddleworth. Had intended to do this next vlog, similar vein to the others, a little bit of everything, bit of washing, bit of prep, all of that stuff. However, some jobs can change at the drop of a hat, and this Audi S3 is one of those jobs. Originally booked in for whatever it required to a degree, probably somewhere between a gloss enhancement and a dual stage. Hadn't seen the car, did not have the ability to view it beforehand. Done lots of work for the owner before, trust him impeccably. Told me it was a little bit hologrammed. That's fine, no problem. No. The car is way worse than we had both anticipated. Owner is in hospital. The owner is on holiday, the exact opposite of being in hospital. Managed to get hold of him, spoke to him. We've changed the format of the job somewhat. So I don't know if I've ever fully explained my package structure. You've probably seen, other than the new car jobs, put them to one side, you've seen sort of 3 levels of polishing job. We have a gloss enhancement, a dual stage enhancement, and a heavy enhancement. None of those are correction jobs. In my opinion, a correction job is the pursuit of perfection, or as close as is safe to do. So a gloss enhancement is a single pad, single polish package. We spend some time dialing in the optimal combination of the two to remove as much swirls as we can, but ultimately we're focusing on gloss. A dual stage enhancement, along the same vein, it's 2 stages of polishing, 1 coarse and 1 fine. The dedicated coarse stage allows me to chop out as many swirls and heavier defects as possible, but again in 1 even set, and then 1 dedicated refining set, which is solely about gloss. We're not trying to remove any real defects here, it's just solely about gloss. So much more flexible, dedicated cutting, dedicated gloss. A heavy enhancement is a dual stage enhancement, but we focus on specific defects first. We try to get them to a level that will match in with the level of defect that we leave behind. A dual stage is never going to make perfection, it's going to get you close. If you were to perform a dual stage enhancement on something that is asymmetrically damaged, so heavy scrub marks here, big scratch over there, it's going to reduce those areas, but it's not going to get rid of those areas. So we concentrate on those areas first a little bit, and then perform a dual stage over the top of that, thus bringing asymmetrical damage to a symmetrical finish. Still won't be perfect, but at least those areas won't be obvious. With all that being said, this was previously booked in for something akin to a dual stage, maybe a fraction below, if there were areas that didn't necessarily need it, and it's the opposite. It's now more of a dual stage plus, not truly a heavy enhancement, but we have a lot going on. There were holograms all over the vehicle. You have to ask yourself, why is the vehicle hologrammed? Obviously it means it's been polished, but why has it been polished? Once I've got it washed and decontaminated and got it in the booth, that's when things changed. There is a ton going on here. Various panels have had paint, hence why it's been polished. Obviously the body shop have whipped over it when they've done the paintwork. We have repairs to the front bumper, repairs to the rear bumper, and the passenger side rear quarter from the swage down has all been painted as well. Flake's fine, colour's fine, but the texture is off. So we need to do some texture manipulation, but this isn't a correction, show car, wet sanding detail. Like those wrinkle creams that they sell on TV, we're trying to reduce the appearance of. We're not removing. So we want to reduce the appearance of that texture, that peel, to a relative factory level. So it just sort of disappears into the background a little bit. There are some much deeper marks on the roof and on the bonnet. These could have been caused by many different things. I suspect probably something like bird lime or staining that's been scrubbed off with a green scouring pad, like the ones you'd wash your dishes with, or something similar, but they have that feel, that texture. They're very, very deep, which suggests a piece of grit has been caught and sort of rubbed into those areas. Again, much like the peel, I'm not going to focus on trying to totally remove those. It would probably be malpractice to do that because they are very deep. What I'm going to use is an old-fashioned, old-school technique of edging, not that type, where we use the edge of a pad to try to, if you imagine paint is flat, which it isn't, but if you imagine paint is flat, and a scratch would be like a V into it. So you've got three sharp edges. You have the two corners from the paint, and you have a sharp shallow. Edging smooths out those top parts and the bottom trough, opening out the scratch a little. It's still there, but because it doesn't have very definite sharp edges on it, it's much less noticeable. Again, reducing the appearance of the scratch will still be there. It will be much, much less noticeable. And then there's the holograms, and then there's the regular defects. So the plan of attack is to pick out the worst areas, probably use the small machine, edge those marks out first until they're a lot less visible. So we'll be doing that predominantly on the roof and on the bonnet, and a little bit in a couple of other places, but predominantly the horizontal panels. Then we'll complete the standard dual stage, which again, because of the level of holograms and the scratchiness, will be microfiber pads with a compound. We'll dial in that combination, so maximum removal but still finishing pretty clean. Dedicated finishing stage, car should look chef's kiss. Ceramic coating as always. Returning customer, always look after returning customers, so he'll pay for a base level coating and he'll get a free upgrade. So we're probably going to be going with the new dark matter PX10. I've told you on the last video, very excited about this coating, super dense and really hydrophobic, so everybody gets what they want. Should make for easy maintenance, should make for a good looking car, everybody wins. It's going to cost a little more than he had anticipated originally, but that is what it is. We either pay a little bit more and get what we want, or we pay what we were expecting and get a slightly lesser job. So that's the rambling over. I say welcome to a dusty Saddleworth in the first place because, of course, this type of compounding creates a lot of dust. It doesn't matter if it's a dust-free polish, because you're constantly touching edges, touching taped edges, tilting pads. You, by proxy, just create dust. It is what it is. So the car's covered in it. I was mostly covered in it yesterday. I'm going to crack on. I'll keep you updated as the video goes. This video is going to be for people who are obsessed with polishing cars and not cleaning cars, because 90% of the video is going to be on that. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn a little bit from it. I want to do a lot in real time, as I always do, and I know it makes for a long video, which doesn't help the YouTube algorithms, I acknowledge, but the reality is it's better for you to see what can and can't be done in real time with minimal editing, and it's better for me to be able to show you what I can do without needing to edit videos. So ramble over, try and keep the talking to a minimum. I'll keep you updated as the video goes. Watch it, enjoy it, bookmark it, do what you need to do. Please, please, please like, share and subscribe and all that nonsense. I know I've been asking you a lot lately, but I've set myself a goal and I'm trying to get to a certain level within a certain amount of time. So please, if you haven't, I very much appreciate it, and I will continue to try to bring you the value that I think you want. So enjoy the video. Thank you if you've listened to the ramble. Any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll catch you in a bit.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. And when I space out, I see the possibilities unfolding the way that I want. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You cut me loose. You make me win in every way. Win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yes, I'm the winner, yeah.
Okay. Update. I would have loved to be using the rotary on this. With this type of work, this level of correction, not doing the sanding and stuff, it's nice to be able to just nib around with wool and polish everything with wool. It's not to be, it's hating being polished, compounded with the rotary. It's not liking it at all. I've tried multiple different wool pads and multiple different compounds and basically getting the same result. So obviously been playing around, random orbital, 15mm, and the small 75mm with the 12mm throat. Eurofiber, the buffer shine Eurofiber pads, they're working great. Tried a few different compounds, they're all working fine. But the lesser spotted Shine Supply Chop Top is what I've settled on. I have used it before. Is it focusing on that? I think it is. I have used it before. You have seen me use it before. So not everybody has heard of the brand Shine Supply. American company. We have a UK Shine Supply UK here. They are a manufacturer of a whole range of detailing products, but I particularly like their compounded polishes. Chop Top is their sort of heavy cut compound. A little bit different to perhaps what you are used to using. It's a very, very thin liquid, surprisingly so actually. So I think perhaps the thing that puts people off is potentially its strength. Because it's a very, very thin liquid, abrasive is lovely. It smells gorgeous, not that that matters to me, but it's a plus, I guess. Because the liquid is very, very thin, the film you get on the vehicle is very, very thin and translucent, so it's lovely to work with. You can see through it, you can see what you're accomplishing. Wipe off is fine. It dusts minimally, same as all other compounds. It's an underdog for sure. We use it less in the UK than perhaps the US guys do, but I recommend that you give it a go. Definitely get yourself a small bottle if you can, have it on the shelf, have a play, but sometimes, such as this, it will really pull you out of a hole. All of the other compounds are working. You know I push talent over product, but sometimes changing up the product can make all the difference. So I'm getting where I want to be, I'm getting there a little bit quicker, and everything's looking good underneath. So yeah, quick update. I will carry on now with the compounding, and then we'll get to some refining later. quick update. Refining well underway, already done the roof, the back end, rails into the quarters, finished the bonnet, send the car up, and then we can work our way around. Tested a few different combinations, but we're exactly where we thought we would be. Finishing pads, so a pad with 0 cut and Sonak's perfect finish. There are lots of refining products out there. I have them. I use many others, but Sonak's perfect finish is my go-to. It is my preferred finishing polish. It's the one I always pick up first, see if it works, try and manipulate it if I need to, and then I'll move to something else if I have to. Picked it up first time, epic, exactly where I want to be. So I'm going to crack on with the car with a couple of different pads and Sonak's everything, all perfect finish everything. We'll try and get this thing finished in a reasonable time now, then we can get to coating and the details. I'll finish up the horizontal panels, we'll send the car up, and then I will bring you in for some close-ups so you can see. I'll try and focus the camera properly so you can see the minimal haze that we have, and you will see that removed as we go. So I'm going to crack on with this, we'll send the car up, and then we'll crack on. I'll see you in a bit. Everybody, I trust you're enjoying the video. Just a little bit of housekeeping here. If you are unsure on anything that we have completed in this video so far, just a quick note to say, let me know in the comments below and I will do my best to clear up any confusion or questions that you might have. But hopefully everything so far has made sense. As you can see, this is business as usual really here. As discussed in the interlude, this is just the usual refining routine. Very, very soft pads. Perfect finish in this case, Sonak's perfect finish. And for this specific car, I have moved to using a 12mm random orbital. Little bit sharper finish than the 15mm was giving me. So if you don't recognise the machine, don't panic. It's available from Clean Your Car, which is about 15 minutes down the road from me. Great retailer, lots of great products available. That machine is a diamond in the rough, so I will make sure to pop it in the description so you can follow a link and go and find it if you want to.
backed up. So I was like, oh, the vision is pretty good.
No value